Please be advised the following program is rated E for education. It is not intended for the faint at heart. Reviewing this program may cause towers to become smarter, safer, and more profitable than ever before. All opinions expressed are of John Borowski, a.k.a. Mr. Industry. Viewer discretion is definitely advised.
I'm John Borowski, and you're on the hook. In this episode, we're going to be following up with the discussions we had in the last episode regarding dual association states. We have some new information for that, and we have some other topics as well. Well, hello. As you probably remember in the last episode, we had talked about dual associations, and we have a lot of information on that this time here. But before I get ahead of myself here, I want to make sure that all of the guys out there remembers that this is the month of Mother's Day. It is going to be Sunday, May 14th. Don't forget, if it's your wife, your daughter, any mom in your life, make sure you recognize that woman, because boy, we couldn't handle life without those ladies. They're just the best. They really are. And they have that one day a year to remember them. I mean, I know we have other things, but that is special for what they do. And we also have Memorial Day on Monday, May 29th this month. So don't forget your patriotic duties here, and be thankful for everybody that has served this country, that has made us and protect us all these years. I know times are a little crazy out there, but my goodness, thank God for the military. And please remember them. With the issue of the dual state associations, as you probably recall, the last time I had talked about a bill that was causing towers to have to pay $750 to $1,500 for any time that somebody had a complaint or an issue for a $20,000 or higher heavy-duty recovery bill. And the cost of that is $750 for a half day, $1,500 for a whole day, and that is per vehicle, per situation, and everybody and anybody can ask for that hearing, for a mediation hearing, and you've got to go and you've got to pay that. To go and to explain the legitimacy of your charges. Now, for most of you that don't know, for the most part, Texas is not regulated whatsoever. This is kind of really ludicrous that somebody with a legitimate bill has to explain it, and then they have to pay to do that. So right out of the gate, they're already, if it's a $20,000 bill, now they're at $18,500. It's just that quick. And the irony of this whole thing is that you have two associations in Texas, one of which is the statewide towers, the Southwest Towers, and they were against this bill. And the Texas Towing Association, TTSA, was fighting for it, and they were backing a legislator who was sponsoring it. I don't understand it, but it gets worse. The update that I have for you is that most recently there is House Bill 4447, and that's to raise the storage $8 and to also increase the monies that you're able to recoup for your legal notification, your registered mail. Now here we go again. Southwest Towers do not want to have anything interrupt this whatsoever. I mean, they're in there in full force. They had a whole contingent go there to the State House to support that bill, and TTSA had one person. One. I don't understand that. I guess I'm going to need to be explained when I get there, because it seems like whatever they're doing doesn't make any sense. And House Bill 898, which is a move-over law, and that there was, again, supported wholeheartedly by Southwest Towers to save our lives. TTSA had better things to do. Nobody showed up. These are three issues in a row that I'm kind of like, what's going on? What is happening here? Why does it look so weird? I know if I was a legislator and I listened to these two groups, I'd be pulling my hair out. I think I'd throw them all out. Because while Southwest Towers are there to try and protect the income of a tower, their legitimacy of their bills, safety on the roadside, TTSA doesn't see that. Are they aware? I'm not going to dwell on this. I'm not going to dig any kind of a deep hole because obviously I must be missing something. But I will tell you, if you're a Texas tower and you don't belong to either association, you better do some investigations before you decide to join because something doesn't seem right. Or maybe it's time to run for an office or convince them to merge and do something because fighting each other before they get to the legislature is not even complete. They're fighting in the halls where the legislators are. They're not fighting, but they're arguing. They're disagreeing to a degree that it's confusing. I can't figure it out. I've been in this industry over 50 years. I have no idea where they're coming from with this. But in any event, we do have a meeting coming up in Texas of the Texas Show. Southwest Towers has agreed. They're going to do it. I don't know if TTSA is going to show up. I would hope that they do. We also have Oklahoma and Arkansas coming that have their own issues. They're not dual state associations, but they have association issues and they want to talk. And I think this is all good. As I said before, we all need to be on the same page. We all do the same thing. We pretty much all face the same issues. Why is this happening? I don't get it. We'd be a lot stronger together than we are separated, and we wouldn't look like the fools that apparently we are. It hurts me to say that. But this has been going on for a long time, and it's not the only state. It's going on elsewhere. But in any event, that's where we're at. And I also want to bring up, as many of you probably realize, I am no longer with Auto Return. I'm with United Road, and they have several divisions within their company. And their Disaster Management Solutions, which is a division that comes in after any kind of an incident, any kind of a disaster, such as just recently in Florida, like southern Florida got flooded. You can't depend on the towing companies there because they are involved in the same weather, in the same conditions, and the same losses. So outside people need to be brought in. And United Road does exactly that. They work directly with the insurance companies and IA and Copart, and they haul the cars out one after another. Haul them out and get them to a facility and get them processed. So the roads can be cleared and people can try and get back to a normal life, which is a long period of time. But it's a heck of a lot easier when you can travel the roads. And the roads are all congested with rollover vehicles, flooded vehicles. Vehicles are not going to be able to move on their own. They have to be towed out. So anybody that wants to involve themselves in a process, I would like to have their names. Please send me an email at jbonthehook@gmail.com, right here on the tailgate of my pickup, and we'll get you into the list. Now, while we already have a pretty good list, we only have certain areas. And, you know, as you all know in this country, we always can depend on Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas to have some kind of a catastrophe of some sort where they need a lot of equipment moved or a lot of vehicles moved and equipment brought in. But now with the way the weather and the storms have been, that can pop up anywhere. And I mean, you just can't be rest assured. I mean, I'm in Massachusetts. We never have an incident like that, but I wouldn't be surprised. We've had some storms come through here that we haven't had in 100 years. Different ones, whether it's rain, whether it's snow, whether it's wind, whatever it may be. But the weather patterns are different right now, and we want to make sure that we can ensure all of the 50 states to work together to get them opened up and get them back to some kind of normalcy. So I would appreciate it. Send me an email. I'll send you an application, and we'll go from there. So what I really want to talk to you about the most right now is about the Vegas show coming up. And that's going to be May 16 through 18. That's the Vegas Showplace, and it's at the South Point Hotel. We've been there before. It's a great place. For those of you who have never been to a show before, wow. I don't know why you haven't been. I don't understand how you work in industry and not want to know everything as you can about it. Yes, the magazine is great, but the show, you can meet these people and actually get a better vision of what all these companies do. Now, that's one thing. But the biggest thing is that American Towman has been recognized many times now as them being the superior company or trade show location, whatever you want to call it, for the American Towman Academy. They have the best educational format out there. They have the most topics. If you go to this show, you are definitely coming back learning something that's going to more than pay for the show, which is immaterial anyway, because that is all tax deductible. The entire trip is tax deductible. It's industry related, so you're covered on that. But we have war games. Now that was a fun thing. I did that 20 years ago, and now James Bennett's going to step up and do it. It's such a fun event. You go in and he'll explain to you a situation, and halfway through, just like the regular world of towing, something will happen. And you have to change up your plan or completely go at it a different direction, depending on what scenarios are put together. We have the Recovery Theater, which is really, really good. It's Bobby Tuttle. I mean, nobody's a better storyteller than Bobby Tuttle. We have 4 different courses of building revenue. We got 7 courses on safety. Yours truly, I got an alternative fuel vehicle course, quick clearance, and recovery business success, all of which are certificated courses. Again, a lot of information there. Work smarter, not harder. We have all kinds of events, hospitality. Allstate has got 8 sessions on the show floor. That is just like incredible. They do a great job with that. We also have, you want hands-on? We got it. We got Wreckmaster and we got Erska. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that when it comes to hands-on. I mean, you've got the entire Wreckmaster crew, and you've got Shane Coleman with Erska. They're incredible. They're all excellent. And when you're booking, I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you're booking at the South Point, which is the base hotel, which most people do because it's kind of out on its own, when you book your room, and by the way, that's shutting off, so if you haven't done it, you better do it. There's a package. There's different packages. There's a package there because they have a Krispy Kreme in their building. So you can get Krispy Kreme and a pot of coffee in the morning delivered to your room. I did it. I'll let you know how great it is. But I never knew that was available there, and now I do, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the show. Good to be back on a normal schedule again. This is finally like the first year that we're getting into the proper time frames. After that pandemic that messed everything up, there were a couple of years we didn't do shows, and then there was schedule changes and blah, 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 blah. In any event, we're back to normal. And I'm so excited about that, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there at Vegas. You know, Vegas has turned into the Baltimore on the West Coast. It really has. It's growing and growing and growing, and it's a wonderful show at this point. It was the biggest last year. It seems like every year is a record breaker there because more people are starting to come there. And for the West, that's their big opportunity out in the West. But there's people like me that travel to all of them because I just have to. So until the next time, be safe out there. Everyone goes home tonight. Believe me when I tell you, your family now needs you more than ever. It's a different time out there. It's just different everything. And we need to be thoughtful of each other. And don't forget Mother's Day. See you in Vegas. You're on the hook.
The best YouTube channel on the planet. On the Hook with Mr. Industry. If you have a topic that needs to be covered, send an email. Be sure to subscribe and share with others.
The American Towman Showplace in Las Vegas has an exciting educational program at South Point Hotel and Casino.
We kick off the program Tuesday, May 16th with the Tow Business Management course presented by Drive. Then you're invited to the Cactus Feast Tuesday evening. American Towman's Recovery Theater follows the feast, presented by the recovery guru, Bobby Tuttle. Participate in American Towman's brand new War Games, where towmen collaborate on challenging recoveries.
Also, check out the Recovery Business courses, Recovery Billing, presented by Bobby Folkett, and Recovery Business Success, presented by Ron Myers and John Borowski. Come say hello at many special events.
Or on the exhibit hall floor at the South Point Convention Center.
We'll see you there!